There we go. Should be streaming now. Only 2 submissions this month. Okay. Oh, I need to turn this off. Oh, the layout. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. I was just using my regular layout. All right, give me a sec. Let me get the spreadsheet set up. Hold on, can't do that yet. Let me do. No, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. There we go. There we go. How's the new car looking? It's almost done. I just need to import it. I meant to import it a while ago. I just haven't gotten around to it quite yet. All right. So, we're going to start things off like we did last month with playing 2 of the new maps. We're going to do Cavern Realm and Lava Realm. I'm going to grab the new Cavern Realm by General Kenobi and the new Lava Realm by DK. Yep, there it is. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and play those first, and just remember, positive vote balance means that it gets in, and we are going to play at this tournament. Negative vote balance means it needs work. We put it in the submissions for the joy of level editing. Enough said. And Nick, I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say the suggestion for realms appearing. I probably am just not remembering. Oh, that is nice. I like these boost pads, they're creative. Ooh, nice. This is a much more like mossy cavern. It's more like a grotto, almost. Ooh. Shucks. These are very creative checkpoints. This, the theme of this realm seems to be a lot more crystalline than a normal cavern realm. Oh my. These lava crystals? Looks like it. A lot more variety here. Oh, whoa. That's unexpected. I'm gonna go ahead and take this Acceleracharger. I see, it's supposed to like cool the lava. Alright, and then it's on to like a purple phase. Very interesting. Most of the obstacles are just the shards of crystals poking up through the track. Very nice, very nice. Alright. Hey Axel, how you doing? Alright. Vote yes if you like it, vote no if you don't. And yes is a plus, no is a minus. I thought it was pretty good. If you spectate, yeah, if you spectate mid-thing, then yeah, that counts. I'm fine. I'm okay. Yeah, things are hectic. Alright, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna start. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and right, roll out then. Haven't had a chance to really do much with that. I still think it'd be a good idea though. Did a vote finish when it comes to the old maps? I'm not quite sure about this track design. It is so difficult to see what is track and what is obstacle. You see, something like this I like a lot better. If we could just keep that for all the track, then it'd be easy to tell. But over here, I mean, this is one thing because you're clearly, you know, driving on the environment. But if it's going to be track, you might as well use a track texture. A little bit more contrast. Alright, that was unexpected. That was also unexpected. Interesting, okay. I feel like the particles here need work if you're going to really give players a heads up, otherwise it's very... Yeah, they're these little lava flare-ups, I think is what they are, could use some work. And those teleporters seem a bit random. Overall decent, but I'll give it a thumbs up, but I don't think it's ready. I'll go ahead and grab the link for it, post it in there. A lot of good ideas. The execution could use a bit of refinement, though. I think we should probably prioritize some DK maps when we pick the joy of level editing back up. Yeah. Alright, so while this is happening, I'll go ahead and add Cavern realm to here. And with that, we're up to 43 maps. Alright. Woodmobile looks so tiny because it is so tiny. Look at that. Alright. And with that, I think it's time to get on with it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing on my side. So, let's make sure the new map is here. Yep, there it is. The new Cavern realm. And, let's get this party started. Okay, at least water and ice were removed. Okay, in that case, give me a second. Let me remove them real quick. So water, and that would be speed of silence 1 out of 4. That's this one. And then ice would be speed of silence 4, right? Okay, so that would put us down to 41. And let's just double check that. So now we see speed of silence 1 out of 4 by General Kenobi, and not mine. And then we don't see any ice realms here, because I think mine was the only one. Alright, yeah, we're good. The old one? Yeah, no. No, the speed of silence 4 out of 4 is mine. Alright. I'll add Kenobi's ice. Give me a sec here. Ice realm card. Is it the card ice realm that we want to add, or what? I'm thinking it's the ice realm card. Ice realm. Okay, so let's do 3 out of 4, 3 out of 4, and then I'll add his ice realm card. And then add another map here. So now this is what we are looking at here. Yeah. Alex's. I probably should, but we don't have any other good junk realms. Why don't somebody DM me a list of what ended up getting kicked off and what ended up getting added. I'll check the list and then I'll make sure I modify this. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get things started. Oh, check anybody who wants to vote on a car. There's only 2 submissions this month. Anybody who wants to vote, check the Swamp by Pines. Oh, is Swamp? No, Swamp by Pines is on there, yeah. Check the Acceleron car art channel. Did anybody catch on to the pun? Because we're using Inferno as a warm-up. Get it? Because it's hot. Because it's Inferno. I always go for the same gambit and it almost never works, but maybe this time will be the one time. Yep, and I'm through. Now my only chance is if Neo messes up. Ah, no chance at all. That music though, wow, really gets the blood pumping. Ooh. If I would have hung in there, I would have been able to get it. Neo kind of just ate gear. Rhombus. Things are looking good for Rhombus. They're through that freezer wall thing. Yeah, the spelling is very important. The brackets, the placement of the letters. Way to go. Nice job, Rhombus. Alright, what are we... Up next. First realm. Micro. Man, I'm trying to eat cookies, but I don't want to get my hands all greasy. I'm trying to find a fork or something, but I don't have any around here. Right, Nick Elements, and everybody else has the exit in mind and mapped out. You know exactly where to go. Skip the top floor. Jump exactly down and make a straight line for the portal on the first floor. Looks like Lieutenant Madrek has got this one in the bag. So you're gonna start seeing some points here. These guys. Starting with a pretty easy one. Ooh. 10 points for him. Nick. Elements, also on silencers. Combos, maniacs. Seeing a lot of enthusiasm for silencers. And Red L, as always. Okay, let's assign the rest of these points. So 15 points goes to Nick for 3rd place. 12 points goes to Rhombus. Neokun gets 10. And Grendar gets 8. And Red L gets 6. Is that showing up properly? Yep. Looks like it. Great. Makes me feel nice that you guys can see the points. Ignition. So Storm Realm is up next. These folks are zoomin' pines. They do be zoomin'. These folks do be zoomin'. I like the Cavern, yeah. It was good. If you want to hear specific thoughts, then you can rewind the video and take a look at those. Bonk. Bonk. Blink. Just gotta wait for that music cue. There we go. Alright, now I'm gonna yeet myself off. Whee! So Grendar is spectating this round. I have no idea how much of that you saw. But no, I'm not eating with my hands. It's an EDR from a Drek. Oh, this section is like a blender. Ooh, got a new Metal Maniacs member. Ooh. He's getting concerningly close to some of those lightning strike pads. And for anybody who hasn't played this map, you drive over those strike pads, you get ejected from the track, and there aren't any thrusters that you can use to get yourself back on. So you just kind of fall. Is Rhombus in the lead? He seems to be. Oh no, Chris. Looks like Chris managed to take a really, well, a shortcut with a lot of payoff. I can tell you that. Because he is already all the way at the end. And gunning for first place. And, well, we're getting a little bit of cable carring here. But nice. Actually, a decent amount of people finishing on this map. Looks like Kipkai is anchoring this realm open, so Rhombus has a chance to earn some points. Speaking of, I'll score everybody else in the meantime. Looking good for Chris. For Neo as well. Everybody else seems to have spectated. So Rhombus will be getting 3rd place points if he manages to pull through and finish this. I do be carrying Metal Maniacs right now. And it's difficult to see. It's that way by design. There's a lightning strike pad right in the middle of these like little T intersections. It's a good thing that the refractors are designed with magnetic wheel housings, because otherwise it would be impossible to travel upside down at like 60 miles an hour. And there we go. Way to go, Rhombus. Alright, what's next? Chrome. Drake was taking the L here. Rhombus is also taking the L. So Rhombus is taking a 0. No, Jack is taking a 0. I don't think anybody else was though. I'll be right, guys. Right back, guys. Oh, and I'm back. We're gonna be here for a little while. You know, having Acceleracers show up at the end is actually not that big of an ask, frankly. You just have to set that up with an animator. I'm gonna get some water. They won't be functional, but you know, that's keep Kaya's back. Nice. It won't be functional, but it will work. Like it'll look like an Acceleracharger that you get after completing the map. So, in that case, yeah, no, it wouldn't be hard to add at all. You could even put the camera inside of the car if the car had an interior. And then make that work. Ah yes, the yeet section. Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard to add, frankly. It'd just be time consuming. The most difficult things are the things that you don't know how to accomplish when you set out to do them, but it's doable, like easily doable, as in all the information you need to do it is there. It's only that the process would take some time because you'd need to set up the animation. And then, of course, you know, it all depends on what car you're using for whether or not the interior is appropriately sized. Because if you're using the Spectrum, for example, having it appear on the far left side of the car probably wouldn't make sense. But if you're using like a Reverb, it's a larger car. It's larger than the Spectrum, so the interior is also much larger. And as a result, everything is positioned differently. Yeah, watch out for those balls. Oh, watch out for those balls. Ooh, nice. A very mysterious metal maniac here. Yeah, no, if we fixed the whole roster, that'd be doable. Just go over everything and touch things up. Okay. Neokun takes home first here. Kip Kai. Second. Nick Elements pulling in third. That is it. That is all we have. Everybody else is either currently in the realm or just opted out. Everyone on the roster, at least. The only problem, though, is, you know, it interferes with tournament times. Ooh, wow! Look at that! Look at that car tumble! Woo! Whoa! Wow! All right. 4th place, 12 points, is a new member. Terrifying presence. Red Owl may or may not actually finish here. And if he doesn't, he's going to lose the 6 points that he has. I think he's got it. I think he can make it. I think he's got it. Oh, nice. 10 points for red. Alright, next up, Sound Realm. Better have a very sound strategy if you want to defeat this realm. Yeah, the gameplay is a lot different from the Alright, this looks like Terrifying Presence is opted out here. That realm does seem scary, I bet. Very unfamiliar. That kill grid gets me every time. It doesn't actually get me, but it's I find it surprising because it's animated out of place. However, since I'm only spectating, I don't hit any of the animators, so it does not look right for me. Realm without having to go on the Acceleron track. Oh, that's a time-saving feature. Yeah, that's the way it is because that's because when you play these tracks yourself, it gets a bit tiresome to go on the Acceleron over and over and over again. Sometimes you just want to do the track. Having an ability to like skip cutscenes, super helpful, especially for like speedrunners, just on any type of video game. And Distance is a speedrunning video game, so. Okay, so let's assign some points, shall we? 25 for Madrek, Kip Kai, it's 18, Neokun, it's 15, 12 to Chris. I didn't see his entry last map, so I'll have to leave his blank for then. I think it was just... yeah, that's probably wasn't there. So Nick getting 10, Rhombus getting 8, Grendar getting 6. Wow, really is sparse for Teku. And Vidal getting 4. Alright, next up is Blizzard. Yeah, having different roller launchers would probably help. So Nick Elements and Rhombus are both not racing. Acceleron Homeworld? No, I don't think anybody has done that yet. Circle World. Hot take. Man, those hyperpods, they still got me with like how nicely they came out. We have our first wreck of this tournament. First point loss. That's very unfortunate to hear, Grendar. Red L is going to take the hyperpod, which we don't get to see since it's all cutscene based, but just rest assured that whatever's happening with him is cool. Spectacularly neat. Oh, wow, nice. That's a lot of speed. Nice. Just Red L left. Okay, so Madrek, once again, 25 points. Chris, we have the second place of 18. Kip Kai with 15. Neokun, 12. Metal Maniacs are pulling ahead a little bit. Terrifying Presence with 10. I really have dominated the top of this scoreboard this round. DK coming in at 8. And Red L at 6. That should be everything and everyone. Alright, next up, Wind Realm. It's this one. Oh boy. They're all having a really hard time keeping their car on the track. Just all like... yeah, this is the one with the Acceleron that you can't skip. Oh, yikes. Chris, that was a good score. You had to be more careful. Oh, Kip. Jeez. I imagine this map is going to be coming up for removal from the tournament here soon. Alright, well, as much as it pains me to say this, Kip Kai and Chris, say goodbye to your scores. Everyone is getting bodied at the drum. Ooh, DK, watch out. I want to be careful there. Oh. Goodbye. Yeah, the tunnel part might be a bit longer. I tried to get it as close as I could with references, but only so much one man can do when I don't have like a full to scale layout. Yeah. I'll be right back. Remove funny square man. Alright, lightning got out. I don't think anybody else died. Okay, lightning Madrek. Lightning is killing it. Nick is second up with 18. And then Terrifying Presence with 15 points. And that's it. That's everybody. Rhombus opted. Red L opted. Neocon. Just an EDR. Grendar opted. So let's just move on. Think about having at least 2 of each realm in the tournament. Not a bad idea. Elevator has a higher kill count than the actual realm. elevator OP, please nerf. Alright, there we go. Let's see how folks do. Oh, yeah, there we go. I was just trying to find someone who's above the track. Looks like Chris fell down. And spectated. DK straight up left, so that's an X. Wow, Kipkai got the W. Nick Elements spectating. Terrifying presence here appears to have some sort of a plan. Plan is not going well. Used an EDR. Neokun is going to try and figure out how to get to the portal without going through the track. Not going so well so far. Some of the tracks are tricky, others are not as hard. Okay, so Kip Kai getting top position, Neokun getting second. Red L and everybody else just doing a DNF. Alright, Grendar used an EDR. The two silencers. Oh no, Red L wrecked, meaning his score gets wiped, and Madrek just opted. So next up is Abandoned. Three Pines maps? I don't know. I personally am keen on, you know, the more Pines maps the merrier. Why am I playing? Catch myself doing these things. Ooh, terrifying presence. That is unfortunate. You had a really good well, you had a decent score. L moment. Another member of Teku has shown up. Alright. Alright, Neokun used an EDR. Our realm is a realm, an abandoned realm is solid. And this is a fun part because you cannot see any of the track because it all gets animated in once you hit one of the local triggers. If there was like two things that I could ask for, like if Torched and the other devs ever come back to Distance, it would just be these two things. Just to have local animations update when you're spectating someone, and also to have some small like piece of math that corrects the car's position if it finds that it's traveling with its wheels to an open area. I'm no programmer, so I have no idea how difficult that would be to implement, but those two things would be like a huge quality of life improvement. Alright, DK, wrecked again. Looks like Chris is going for a first place placement. I could have any Acceleracers? It's alright, I suck too. Oh, wow, look at that. Is that, I think that's Lieutenant Madrek. Right behind him. Who's gonna get it first? It is really close. Ooh, looks like Madrek is pulling ahead just a little bit. Oh man, that is neck and neck. Wow, he managed to get it in right under the wire. Holy cow. Look at that. 1/100th of a second in difference. Now that is incredible. Alright, Chris. You really earned those extra 7 points. Okay, and then 15 for Kipkai, 12 for Nick. Nick really just is a 4th place kind of guy, I guess. I'd probably go with the Metro Realm Acceleracharger. I mean, think about how like convenient that would be. You just get to like floor it through traffic, and the other cars just boom, 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 boom. All right, 10 points for Grendar and 8 for Rhombus. Red L did not finish as usual. I say Metro, yep. So Nick and Grendar gave up. So did Chris. Nice. All right. Everybody who's left, I think, really intends to... this is the interior that I was talking about. Having an Acceleracharger in this interior would be one thing, because it's like big and spacious and also in a different spot than the normal one. And further away in the front than it is in the back. Anyway. Wow, look at Rhombus. Kipkai used an EDR. Nice catch. Terrifying Presence also used one. Major League Gaming. Spectating is always an option. And a solid one. Yeah, I know, there are some things that the game isn't programmed to handle. Wow. Look at Rhombus. Look at him go. You got it, buddy. Wow, look at Madrek. Can you beat Rhombus? They're really close to one another. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can Madrek... Oh! You overtook him! Look at that! Oh no! Nice! Wow! Yeah, this do be an infinite boost problem. Wait a minute. If this is Rhombus, then who was... Rhombus spectated? Wow, you got all the way... Got all the... Okay, sheesh. Spectated in the Acceleron. That... Ouch. That's gotta hurt. 25 points for Madrek. Neokun gets 18. Once again, they are neck and neck. Those two. Sebas Wilder. New contestant. 15 points from the get-go. Kip Kai getting 12. Getting none, right? Because he EDR'd. Ooh, Red L. Who else? Just the person I was about to give a 0. 12 points for Red L. Alright. Up next, Ignition 3 out of 4, so Cavern Realm. A lot of people are saying nope. Which might be a good strat. Might be a good strat. And again, this whole tournament is really about the risk-reward ratio. You say no to too many maps, then somebody with more bravery surpasses you in score. You say yes to too many maps, there's a chance you could lose it all. It's all about the balance. Unless you're a drone, in which case you just gotta say yes to everything. How did I turn out backwards? Which realms are missing from the full list? I don't think any of them are. Maybe some card realms. Other than that, though, I think we've got all of them. Am I first? No, there's no way. Thrilling! Alright, so Nick spectating, Rendar spectating, Rhombus spectating, Red L spectating. Ooh, Seb Wilder, say goodbye to your points. Could indeed use a new micro realm. wonder what he sees. Oh, I know exactly what he sees. Because Kenobi showed us a pic of it. He's really got this whole thing in the bag. Oh, wow, look at that. Silencers have better EDRs because they've got access to that sweet, sweet government grant money. What you can't see is that the headlights for the cars are on now. Wow, nice work, yeah, getting back on the track. That's tricky to pull off. Looks like Chris encountered some minor trouble getting and staying on the track. Ooh, he's getting past. There we go. There we go. Oh, he's just going to go full backwards. I respect it. Alright, terrifying presence, use the EDR. Alright, let's see what everybody else got up to. Neocon managed to pull a first this round. Kip Kai got second. Direct with 15 points. Chris with 12. Oh, speak of the devil. It's Alex's Junk Realm. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 more maps after this. So we are nearly... I'm gonna call... Yeah, you can call me Omega. If I could be any character from the movies, I don't know. They all kind of have unfortunate experiences. It's been so long since anybody's played these maps, they don't remember the that meta skip. Yeah, that skip is so meta. Yeah, no, you can call me that. Yeah, I don't really know. So Rhombus and Nick Elements are tapping out. Really utilizing that feature of silencers. It'd be dangerous being any of them, really. That's the one thing I think of when I think about Acceleracers, is I think about how dangerous it is to like live in that universe. Just how risky that whole situation is. How big of a chance it is, there is that you will just die. But I think probably Vert Wheeler, like outside of racing, I think he's probably got like a pretty decent life. I mean, he's talented, for example. Ooh, Chris. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of things going for him. He's like upper class. Got family connections with the government. Seems like that'd be the best deal. He's talented, yeah. That is true, yeah. Scirocco seems like he'd be a good fit for my personality. Just a little bit more laid back and mostly just kind of glad to be there, really. But no, if I got to pick, I'd probably do Kurt Wheeler, yeah. Because he's the main character. I mean, come on, he's got plot armor. Unlike Kadim, rest in peace. That's the one thing that people always complain about with distance, is that it's faster to drive off the track than it is to drive on it, and it's like, that's kind of why everybody likes the game. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't die because he's the protagonist. Yeah, that's that plot armor that I was talking about. We have 3 realms left. Uh-oh. Yeah, watch that kill grid. Yeah. Who knows, like, what everything turned out to be. There's some fan theories that have some backing and credibility and have been verified by people who worked on the show. But I mean, we'll never know for sure what direction that would have taken it. Alright, well, let's assign some points. So, Madrek coming in first, obviously. Second place for Neo. Kipkai. Was that an EDR or what? Ooh, it was not. That was a wreck. Terrifying Presence. That was also a wreck. That was an EDR. Red L. Well, given his reaction in chat, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's a wreck. And DK is probably a wreck as well. Ooh boy. Come on, Grendar. Either EDR or figure this thing out. Sebas Wilder, that's 15 points for him. And then an EDR for Gundar. Here we go. Alright, next up is Glass. I think it just canceled it. They canceled it due to, like, economic factors. Alright, well, looks like Neo is getting an L for this session. I don't know why he was kicked. Bad server design. Bad design. I remember. I like the design of these. Ooh, Terrifying Presence. I am sorry. You don't have a score. I guess it's not that bad. Red L. It's another wreck. Some of the actors are dead now. The actor for Scirocco is dead. All right. Okay, so Madrek getting some more points here. Kip Kai getting second place here. Nick Elements third this time instead of fourth. Chris fifth. DK coming in sixth. Seb Wilder looks like he's going to be coming in seventh. Let's see if he manages it. Yep. And then Grendar coming in eighth. All right. 10, 8, 6. Yep, that's about right. And then Rhombus with 4 points. Although he's never wrecked, so he's doing all right for himself. All right, Lava Realm is next. Yeah, they definitely should have used the money they didn't have to finish the thing. They cost a lot of money to make. That would have been like if only Mr. Matt and you Pines, if only you guys were on the board of trustees when the issue came up, then you could have just told them this obvious solution, and we wouldn't be in this predicament. Why does my audio sound so weird? I guess no sound. Neokun just went ahead and spectated. This one and one more. Ooh, Sebas Wilder. Very unfortunate. But your score is now 0 again. Well, this was back in like 2006. I was a kid when this was something that people talked about. So, yeah, I don't think it would have mattered much. Most of the fan base were just kids. There is that petition going around right now that spoilers started. I don't know how that's going. Maybe it'll work out, maybe not. I'm not very invested at this point. Oh, ouch! Chris and Nick. That is a bummer. Not as much for Chris as it is for Nick. You spent your entire... Ouch. Yeah, that most likely was a Unity bug. All I can say is my condolences. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you didn't hit it. That's happened to me before. Wow, Maniacs. It's not even close. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you can send me a video, then I'll preserve your score. But otherwise, you know, it's an interesting situation where it's like, I want to say no, you know, if you wreck, you wreck. That's just to prevent people from just claiming glitch every time they've got a big score and they wreck. But then, like, I don't know if anybody really cares enough to do that. So, I don't know. Tell you what, I think I've got some polyhedral dice. If it's even, I'll keep your score. If it's odd, then I'll stay the way then I'll stick with my judgment. I'm gonna go grab one. Alright, which die should I roll? This one. This one. There's one more. Or this one. I'll let you choose, Nick. Number one, they're all 20-sided. They're all 20-sided dice. It's basically a coin flip, though. Evens, you know, you're good. Odds, you're not. And if it lands on a 20, then I'll give you a first place score. So, fair? Let's introduce some fun. Pick the die. I'll make the roll. Number one. Okay, so it's this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and why don't I tilt the camera down so you can see that I'm not messing with the dice roll here. Ooh, that is unfortunate. I can't quite here. I will just bring this up and show you. That landed on a 15 right there. So that's odd. So, ooh, better luck next time, Nick. The score is gone. All right, let's get the rest of everybody else. So, Madrek, 25 points. Grendar coming in at 18. Very nice. Rhombus coming in at 15. And Red coming in at 12. DK just spectated, I believe. Kipkai got DNF. Did he wreck? Yeah, he wrecked. Terrifying Presence also wrecked, I assume. Although it doesn't really change much, if you can see. Alright, last realm, Solar. If you don't have any points, I suggest you play. You've got nothing to lose. If you want to just like do a remix or whatever, feel free to grab the track off of the workshop and then edit or remove anything you feel like is not right, and then send it to me. And as long as there aren't any, like, I don't know, cheated in additions, then I'll just update it. Because I doubt it's that big of a fix. Oh, it's this one. Oh, Mr. Zano. Okay, so Grendar is spectating. He's got a score, which makes sense. Rhombus is also spectating. He's got a decent score, so that makes sense. Red L also has a score, so he's getting on the leaderboard. Nick, no reason for him to spectate. I'd probably do Teku. They just seem like, I don't know. But probably I'd vibe more. They seem less intense, I guess, or severe, however you like. Those are good portals, though. I like those portals. Oh, the purple junk hyperpod? Nice. I still need to attach jump jets to the bottom of that. You know, it'd be cool, a physics mod where your grip pushes you up off the track instead of down onto it. Or that gave you a second grip that did the opposite. That would be cool. Just like sort of an extension to jump. But it was like on a gradient instead of just the shockwave that, you know, threw you off. Because the jump that the car uses right now is a shockwave. I don't think there have been any physics mods to distance. So, terrifying presence. After the tournament, do you remove team roles? Yes. Okay. Yikes. Terrifying presence. You did pretty good, all things considered. DK managed to EDR. Very barely. There was one to patch wheelie boosting, huh? That would be cool. Yeah, pretty solid performance, frankly. DK has decayed. That one got me. Alright, you win this round. You got a laugh out of me. Chris, nicely done. Pulling through the finish with some points. And Nick is still on the track. Looks like he's going to make the leaderboard after all. I don't see anything getting him at this point. Madrak. Nick. Good job. Whoops. Made it. Yukon making fourth. Wow, that is quite a lot. Kipkai is wrecked, I think. 0 score anyway. Sebas Wilder, wow. Managing to get on the leaderboard. Right at the end. Think he's gonna make it? Think he can make it? It is looking pretty close. It's looking really close. Nope. Oh, that is rough. All right, well, the scores you see are the scores that everybody gets to keep. This was the last realm. All right, so you can stick around for a little while I put together the roster. So on Silencers, first place goes to Wombus for a whopping 74.4 points. Second place goes to Chris. CO2. Third place goes to Nick Elements. And fourth place goes to Red L. So all of the Silencers placed. Congratulations. All right, as for drones, nothing, nada. None came. So Silencers, so overall Silencers got second, so their overall placement. Second. Drones, Maniacs. Alright, then we've got Maniacs. First place goes to Lieutenant Madrek. Second place goes to Neokun, and nobody else placed. So, that is it. Alright, as for Teku, only 2 people placed. Grendar and DK. Maniac's overall placement is first, Teku gets third, and drones get nada. Now, the global first for this tournament is going to be Lieutenant Madrek with 251 points. Second place is Neokun with 171 points. Third place is going to be Rhombus with 74.4, and then coming in fourth place is going to be Grendar, 34 points. Just grab that tombstone, because there's always one team that needs it. So drones list. All right, save this as results and then post it on the Discord server in the announcements channel and then on YouTube. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for coming. It was a pleasure to host, as always. I'm just gonna have Axel assign the roles for diamond, gold, silver, and bronze. And then I will see everybody next Saturday, and announce the results of the car poll later.